Good morning, Your Highness. I hope today finds you well. Royal Protector Lorcan, present and ready to serve, Your Highness. If I may, Your Highness, I have taken the liberty of preparing a small royal vanguard for your upcoming diplomatic tour. Nothing too large. A small company of arcane cavaliers to accompany you and your carriage. Naturally, I shall be leading from the front. It is not predicted to be a difficult journey, however. With the recent unrest, I would find myself more at ease knowing that you were appropriately protected. The force accompanying us should be powerful yet understated. Much like yourself, my grace, if you would forgive my saying. If I might ask your attention for a moment? Might you look over the travel plans that I have prepared for the day? I simply wish to ensure that everything meets your standards. On this parchment, you should be able to see the itinerary for the coming day, as well as the plans for any further diplomatic efforts we may endeavour upon. However, first and, dare I say most importantly, breakfast. Your favourite. Naturally, I felt something nutritious would be a good start for the day. After that, there will be the final session with your royal tailor. Oh, and I have made a point of checking on his work so far. What he has created is, dare I say, pure artistry. The man is slightly eccentric, and in regards to his work, he is rather set in his ways, but although my knowledge is limited, only a fool cannot recognize quality when it is looking directly at them. Oh, my apologies. I lost my train of thought. Such things are unbecoming of a royal protector. I throw myself at your mercy, my grace, and vow to you the solemn promise. I shall do better. Thank you, Your Grace. If I may, with your permission, might I speak freely, Your Highness? You have always been good to me, Your Highness. In the early days, our kingdom was in chaos. People were scared, uncertain. They needed someone willing to take the reins and lead. And you not only did that, but you did so with kindness and compassion. And when you did so, you did not just win the kingdom's respect. You won our hearts. That is why I take my work as Royal Protector so seriously. I am the last line of defense and the first person who you should lean on in times of hardship. You give me purpose. You give so many of your people purpose. You make those around you and those who look up to you feel safe. That is why that is why your kingdom loves you. After the tailor, it should only be a few hours before he is finished. With some luck, your attire should be ready before lunch. However, should the tailor's work not meet your expectations, there are precautions in place. I have had an entire tailor's workshop packed and ready to be taken with us. I have the tailor ready to accompany us on but a word. And for lunch, I've had the royal chef prepare a variety of options for you. There's a long road ahead, so I think it best if you stock up and have a good meal before we start on the road. The journey is long, and it is always important for one in your position to keep their strength up. If we ride hard, we should be able to reach our first destination before nightfall. And our first destination should be... the town of Honeywood. It appears we have evidence that the local lord has been misappropriating town funds, and has been using them to fund unnecessary monster hunts. Several of the species that he has chosen to make game of are on our list of protected sentient creatures. I shall leave his judgment to your discretion. However, in my mind, misappropriating treasury funds for such exploits goes against the very core of what you stand for. But I shall leave his judgment to you. I have faith that you shall make the correct choice. Yes, Your Highness? Yes, Your Grace. I had a messenger sent ahead. They found the finest room in Honeywood. It appears that at the inn there is a place called the Sapphire Room. From the report I received, it's no comparison for life at the palace, however. In a pinch, I suppose it could do as a substitute. On your carriage ride there are a number of royal decrees I was hoping you may look over. I have a small pile here. I would simply ask that you go through them and sign those you deem appropriate. I have already taken the liberty of sorting them into 3 separate sections. The first section is only border disputes between nobles. The second section is border disputes between nobles and peasantry, and the final section is a single decree on vassals and subjugation, as well as the tax brackets that vassals are allowed to place upon their own populace. From then, once we arrive, the evening is yours to do with as you wish. Do you have any changes you wish for me to make in the schedule? If there is anything you feel needs to be amended, I shall see to it post-haste. Merely say, and I shall make it so. When we travel, you wish for me to join you in your carriage? Your Highness, I don't believe that is appropriate. That is your private carriage. No, Your Highness, I am not going against your word. You have spoken, and so it shall be done. And I do suppose being by your side in the carriage might allow me to protect you in an even closer manner. Well, should you have no further business with me, Your Highness? I shall make the final preparations. Oh, and, Your Highness, thank you for everything.